Welcome to the Yasmin Breakdown. This episode is Michael Jordan, the business. We're going to talk about his stint of wanting to be a owner with the Washington Wizards. We're going to talk about him becoming an NBA owner with the Charlotte Hornets, formerly known as the Charlotte Bobcat. And we're going to talk about the historical context of him being a owner within NASCAR. He just won his first Daytona 500. It is a big deal and we need to get into it. So stay for the whole video so we can get all the details. Michael Jordan is heralded as the greatest basketball player of all time. 6 championship rings, 5 MVPs. The face of a generation. But here's what people forget when they are worshiping on the altar of his airness. The man has been taking L's in his businesses for years, and yet somehow, impossibly, he just won the Daytona 500. Michael Jordan, who never drove professionally, who never took a single lap as anything other than a spectator, just won the most prestigious race in NASCAR. His team, 2311 Racing, the team he owns, just took the checkered flag in Daytona. Let me tell you why this is insane. This is the story of Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan's father was murdered in 1993, Michael Jordan did something nobody was expecting. He walked away from basketball at the height of his powers. He said, "I'm going to go play baseball." Minor league baseball, to be exact. The Birmingham Barons, Double A. He wasn't good. He hit .202 with 3 home runs. The critics destroyed him. Sports Illustrated, newspapers, everyone said he was delusional, that he was embarrassing himself. But Michael didn't care. He was doing what he knew he needed to do. His father had wanted him to play baseball, so he played baseball while the world laughed. Eventually, he came back to the Bulls. He won 3 more championships. Then he retired. And on his way out, Chicago Bulls GM Jerry Krause took some parting shots. He wanted everybody to know organizations win championships, not players. It was petty, it was unnecessary, and Michael Jordan likely never forgot it. Then, in some bizarre twist of fate, Michael Jordan, at 38 years old, decides to unretire and go play for the Washington Wizards. But here's the part that nobody talks about. Jordan thought he was going to become a part owner of the team. He suited up for Washington thinking Abe Pollin, the owner, would let him buy into the franchise. But when his playing days were done, Pollin said no. Jordan left DC pissed and betrayed. He finally got his shot with NBA ownership with the Charlotte Bobcats, which were later renamed to the Charlotte Hornets. And they were terrible. The entire time Michael Jordan owned the team, they were basement dwellers. Were they ever playoff contenders? Barely. Did they ever see a championship? Absolutely not. Former players around the league said things like, "He can do everything but build a franchise." Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, people were saying it out loud. I'm sure Michael heard those criticisms, but he held on to Charlotte anyway, until he eventually sold his majority stake in 2023. And then came NASCAR, 2311 Racing, named after his jersey number and Denny Hamlin's number 11. He co-owns it with Hamlin. They formed it in 2020. But even this isn't without controversy. NASCAR operates like a cartel. Team owners had to lease charters from NASCAR with restrictive terms that prevented them from competing freely. It was a monopolistic stranglehold. So Michael Jordan sued them. He took NASCAR to court on antitrust grounds, and he won. In 2024, a federal judge ruled in favor of 2311 racing, finding that NASCAR had violated antitrust laws. Michael Jordan removed the obstacle. And now, barely a year later, his team wins the Daytona 500. But now let's talk about what Michael Jordan really is. He has the most ginormous endorsement deal in the history of sports. Nike gave him his own brand, the Jordan brand, a multi-billion-dollar empire that exists solely because Michael Jordan played basketball better than anybody else. Michael Jordan is the shoe deal. He is the epitome of what a shoe deal is and what a shoe deal can become. Your legacy. The sneakers outlasted the playing career. But this story isn't about sneakers. This is about a 62-year-old man who just became a winner in a field he has never been a player in. That hits different. And let's talk about representation. In NASCAR, Black ownership is practically non existent. Before 2311 racing, you could count all the Black owned teams on one hand and still have some fingers left. Even now, we're talking about less than 5% of NASCAR ownership being Black. In a sport built in the South that spent decades trying to shed its Confederate flag flying image, Michael Jordan being a team owner in NASCAR is symbolic. Compare that to the NBA. As of 2024, only 4% of NBA team ownership is Black. This is in a league where over 70% of the players are Black. Michael Jordan was one of the few, and even he faced barriers. So when Michael Jordan wins the Daytona as an owner, not as a player, but as a man who built the team, it's more than a trophy, it's a statement. Michael Jordan turned 63 on February 17th, 2026. And he's already said it. He's getting a NASCAR ring for his birthday. And he's happy about it. And you know what? So am I. Because this isn't about nostalgia. This isn't about reliving the Bulls days. This is about a man who refused to fade away, who refused to let failure define him, who took every criticism, every setback, and turned it into fuel. Michael Jordan's legacy was already cemented. The sneakers, the championships, the global icon status. But this adds a different chapter. This is about more than sneakers. This is about a man who never played NASCAR, never drove, and still found a way to win the biggest race in the sport. Happy birthday, MJ. Enjoy the ring. Peace, y'all. See you next time.